Good morning, everyone. I am Candy Martin, and I am sitting down with Miss Dominique Best of Naidis Best Meal Prep Services LLC. She's going to give us some tips on some good food and how to have fresh food and what is the difference between meal prep and catering. So stick around, just tune in, and I want to make sure that you all follow her on Facebook. You're going to go to Naidis, that's Naidis, Best Meal Prep Services LLC. Like the page, subscribe to the page, comment, mention that you saw the interview that she did on today. Let's support this young lady. So, welcome, Dominique.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm happy to be able to answer questions and be able to give any information that would help anybody today.
All right, well, let's get right into it. We won't waste any time. The first thing, before we get into all the questions that we all want to know, tell us a little bit about your company. Whatever you feel that we should know, like how you got started, what's your favorite thing to cook, whatever you like to share with
I guess the question that I would answer first would be, what is my favorite thing to cook?
us.
Pasta. I love Italian food. I love carbs. But unfortunately, my journey had come to an end with that because I was diagnosed with diabetes last year. So, carbs and sugars are not my best friends, but I do have a nutritionist who helps me with that. And with those skills that I've learned from her, I definitely try to use them in my own home and for my business, just so people can know, diabetes is not a scary thing. It is manageable. Within the past year, if people don't know what an A1C is, it's usually what they take from you when they're testing how much sugar you have in your blood. And gratefully, my A1C is pretty low. It's at a 5. Normally, it should always be between 5 and 7. So I think I'm doing very well right now. So with that, just being um, what I thought would be a challenge has been really good for me at this moment. As far as my business, I do use my experiences with diabetes and healthy eating and nutrition and stuff like that, with the meal plans that I assist with customers. So anytime I'm asking someone like, hey, what is your idea of a healthy uh, meal plan or prepped meal plan? I do consider those things. So my services definitely implement that. Healthy eating is a big deal for me right now. So if I have customers who are interested in that and they still want to eat a quickly prepared meal and they want to prepare for their families or just themselves. I definitely have no problem with people calling me and getting information.
All right, awesome. Well, we're thankful that you were able to get the proper diagnosis, and now that you have started the care journey for diabetes, that is excellent. We applaud you for that.
Thank you.
So many people don't even know. So the fact that you know, and then you're doing something about it, that is awesome. And yeah, I like a good pasta. But me myself, I've been diagnosed with celiac disease, so I have to make sure it's gluten free pasta.
Yes. Yep.
And so, but I have, like you said, learned how to make some great meals with the gluten free pasta. So there are healthy alternatives out there, guys. And just like Dominique just said, you can still have a great meal that's quick and easy without having to eat something that will make you sick. So that is great. And then I heard in your conversation just now the word meal prep. So let's just dive right into our first question. What tell us the difference for your business? What is the difference between catering and meal prep? Because when I hear meal prep, I hear meals already done for me. All I gotta do is pop them in the microwave. I'm cutting out all the work. Catering, I'm thinking of a large event like a wedding ceremony or something. So tell us what you got going on between the two.
Okay, so my services are meal prep and in-home cooking. There's an option to pick up from my facility as well. If you're doing meal prep in home, I'm actually traveling, excuse me, to the person's home, preparing the meal, helping them storage the meal, and helping them. I guess the word would be to divide their meals up into uh, weekly or monthly meal plans. So, firstly, with meal prepping, that is done at my facility. And then that person has the option to pick up. I can also deliver that as well, but I do prefer people come and pick up when it's prepping, because everything is done at the facility. I'd prefer um, the pickup be something that's quick and easy. That
Right.
way, the customer doesn't have to pay the extra fee for the traveling.
And like,
Um,
you guys know, gas prices are high, so y'all need to be going to pick up your own food.
as far as in-home cooked meals, I charge the extra fee for that, depending on how far the customer is. It is a 21-mile radius, so anything after that is the extra fee for that. Um, After which I get there, I'll prepare the meal for at least 2 to 3 hours. Anything after that is another extra fee. But because these are pretty quick and easy prepared meals, it should never take me more than 3 hours to prepare it, unless the customer changes their mind, or they, you know, may at the last minute want to do a monthly preparation instead of weekly preparation. But those are things that I would hope the customer would speak to me about before coming to the home. Um, but pretty much I prepare in the home. After preparing, I will then give them the directions on how to keep the item fresh, because after cooking, things tend to spoil and not be so great after a certain time. Um, I can give an example: fish. Raw fish can stay in your freezer for up to about, want to say, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Once you prepare it, it can only be in your refrigerator for up to at least 4 days, and then it's pretty much gonna spoil after that. So I do give directions on certain items that I know will become an issue as far as spoilage, sooner than later after it's been cooked. I do give instructions on temperature that you should have indicated in your refrigerator when you are storing these items, what should be frozen and what should be kept in the lower part of the refrigerator. Um, so things like that, I definitely give, so that way, you're not spending a certain amount of money or budgeting this certain amount of money for this weekly or monthly plan, and then it goes to kaput because you didn't storage it correctly, and then you're like, I can't eat this.
Right.
So I do try to help and assist in that way as well. After which, all payments and stuff like that are taken before I come to the person's house and before prepping at my facility. So um, hopefully I can be respectful in that way, and just giving the knowledge that can help someone to be able to keep their stuff in their refrigerator as well as possible until they get ready to eat it.
Yeah. All right. So I heard in there, and that's great. That's awesome because a lot of times we buy stuff, we pay for it, and then, like I said, if we don't store it properly, we got to toss it out. And and I hate wasting food. I mean, that's like a pet peeve of mine. Oh, I just hate to have to throw something away. But you mentioned residential and commercial. storage of food and temperature. Like that plays a part in it. It's not just putting it in a container, putting it in a refrigerator.
Right.
There's a science to it. So tell us a little bit about the temperature settings and then the commercial and residential options of preserving food.
Okay, well, in my case, since I'm working with people who aren't in commercial, that's a huger scale of food. That's more bulk items, particularly. Um, so as far as temperatures for regular items in your refrigerator, your refrigeration should always be between 30 and 40 Fahrenheit. Um, Anything lower than that can always spoil. You got to keep it as cold as possible as far as refrigeration goes. So I would definitely, if you have to change that in your refrigerator, definitely do that. I know people who keep their food really cold, and maybe that's because I know a bunch of cooks and stuff like that. But me, I keep mine on 40, so yeah, it's always 40 Fahrenheit. As far as your freezer goes, that's I would say not uh freezer burnt.
Right. Yeah, what is that magic number? Because I hate to get something out the freezer and then you open it, it's like I can't even eat it because it's freezer burnt. Like I put it in the freezer to save it.
So I would say for that probably about 20. Um, because that is a temperature where it would be not too cold, but not freezer burnt either. So just be aware of those temperatures. So it's usually for the freezer is 20, and then for your refrigeration, it's about 30 to 40.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, Dominique. Let's reiterate, tell people where they can find you, and then I'll ask one last question. But where can they find your services, follow you on social media?
So on social media, on Facebook, it's going to be Naidis Best Meal Prep Services LLC. And then on Instagram, it's going to be um, D as in dog, BEST, my last name, E as in Easter, V as in Victor, A as in Apple. So that's the best ever on Instagram. And the same logo that you see on my Facebook page, the red and gray um, theme colors, those that's the same thing you would see on Instagram as well. Um, Also, when going on my professional page, which is also Nidus Bets Meal Prep Services, the link for that is https://NAIDIS-MPS.biz. So that's Nidus Best, M as in man, P as in Peter, S as in stop, dot, B as in bear, I as in igloo, Z as in zebra. And when going on that page, you'll also see more of a detailed um, information sort of posted there. And you'll see my picture about me. You'll see the contact information as well. You'll see some of my information as far as telling you how to get the services on there, how to contact me on there, and pretty much any detailed information, definitely call. My number is 225-288-5609.
All right. So we just got through sharing some of your social media, which is the Facebook, Instagram, and of course the website. So make sure that you all go and
Oh,
follow. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off. I do have a LinkedIn page. If you go on
Uh-oh.
that professional page for the Night is Best Meal Prep Services, all the way at the bottom, there's also a link for LinkedIn. So you
Okay.
can also contact me on there as well.
All right. So LinkedIn, look, let's get it. So we talked about preservation. We talked about your favorite dish, which is pasta. So now I'm trying to think, where can I get some pasta that's gluten free? This time of the day. So we want to congratulate you on launching your business. This has been a launch and learn to learn more about your business, learn more about some. She gave us some great tips of how to preserve our food, and how to not just treat our meals that we pay money for as like meals, make sure that we take care of them. We don't have to toss them out. And then we also talked a little bit about the difference between meal prepping and catering. So Dominique, any last final words to the audience before we conclude our interview for today?
Well, like I said on my page in the About Me section, I just really want to help people get the best services as possible when having someone um, meal prep for them or do in-home services. And I'm just here to be of service. So I hope that whoever does call me or inquires about my services, that they are happy with what I do. And, I just want to be a blessing.
All right. Well, there's nothing wrong with being of service and being a blessing to others. You would definitely reap the rewards of that. God would definitely bless you, continue to bless you, and people will continue to gravitate towards you and your services. So you all go ahead to Naidis Best Meal Prep Services and go ahead and patronize her business. Get your meal prep together. You all want to be in shape for the summer and looking fine for the winter. So come on, let's get it together. So thank you once again, Dominique, and we look forward to talking to you more in the future.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.